News Now, Special Edition.
Some breaking news as we come on the air this afternoon. Police have arrested a 27-year-old man in connection to a stabbing earlier this morning in downtown Spokane. Thanks for joining us here on the special edition of 4 News Now. I'm Jordan Smith. That stabbing took place this morning on West 6th Avenue. The suspect, Michael Sam, then barricading himself inside an apartment near West 6th Avenue and Ash Street. Our Alexandra Cohen-Yards was there watching it all unfold. She joins us with the story and the reaction from the neighborhood.
After just around 3 hours of heavy police activity in this area, the suspect was seen coming out of this apartment complex behind me. Those who live in this neighborhood tell me that what happened this morning was scary, but not necessarily unexpected.
Normal. It's just normal down here anymore.
That's the sound of SWAT officers shooting chemicals into the apartment where the stabbing suspect was hiding. After a few shots, Michael Sam was taken into custody. Neighbors watching it all unfold.
It's nerve-wracking not knowing fully what's going on, obviously, but I mean, they seem to have it under control.
Several agencies responded, setting up barricades, evacuating apartments, even shutting down I-90 for a brief period as they worked to bring Sam into custody. Neighbor Gracie Sawicki moved into the area 2 years ago. She says police activity has become more frequent.
I'd say that this winter there's been a lot more action than last winter, and this street, these apartments in particular, have been very, very busy.
For parents in the neighborhood, safety is paramount, but they tell me it's a feeling of luxury.
And I don't even feel that comfortable really letting my kid play in the yard when I have her.
The person who was stabbed is being treated for life-threatening injuries. SPD says the suspect is being booked in Spokane County Jail. In Spokane, Alexandra Cohen-Yards, 4 News Now.
And as Alexandra mentioned, Washington State Patrol shut down the eastbound lane at the Maple Street off-ramp for a very brief period of time because of the standoff. And you can see in this photo how far that traffic backed up there on your screen. The standoff came to an end about 2 o'clock this afternoon. Well, it was a very rainy start to our weekend, but we might be seeing some sun shine through the clouds tomorrow, just like a few of us saw this afternoon. Meteorologist Matt Gray is here, and Matt, can we finally break out the sunglasses?
I think keeping them around, maybe putting them in the car when you leave, and if you got plans Sunday morning, probably a good idea. It'll be the highest odds you'll have to actually put them on in a long, long time. We did see some sun today at times, peeking through the clouds in Spokane. That has gone away, at least temporarily here, but nice to come on the air with our sunset. Just happened the dusk here over downtown. Very warm today. We were in the upper 40s. Tomorrow, not going to be nearly as warm, but a better chance of sunshine across eastern Washington. The further east, however you go, the more likely we'll still be stuck in the clouds, particularly some of our northern valleys. It may take a significant portion of the day for things to clear off, but overall, calm weather and just enough wind across the Columbia Basin from Spokane to Moses Lake and everywhere beyond for us to see a little bit of sunshine, even if some of us do have to wait until the end of the day. Overall, that's a nice looking end to your weekend after what was a rainy start. Now, we do have some other showers beginning to push their way in, so places like Pullman, a round 2 of rain that's going to be coming in tonight. Let's show you how this will play out here. So we may see a sprinkle later tonight in Spokane, but much more likely around Lake Coeur d'Alene and then south through the Palouse as we go through the night. After that, you can see some low clouds and some fog developing for the morning, but then fading out later in the afternoon, and we'll have that chance for sunshine starting right about lunchtime. We are tracking more snow in your forecast. We'll show you when that will show up again coming up.
All right, Matt, thanks for that. It's been a deadly year for walkers and cyclists alike in Spokane. Since the start of the year, 196 people have been hurt in crashes and 8 have been killed. While Washington was voted the #1 biking state in the country, local cyclists tell us that it can feel intimidating pedaling through Spokane. In most parts of the city, there's not much separation between cyclists and drivers, especially during rush hour. Spokane has been implementing a bicycle master plan that was drawn up back in 2017. They've added bike lanes and protective concrete barriers on streets like Howard. And while it's a good start, avid cyclists like Lauren Pangborn on your screen there, they want to see more protection.
I'm quite brave, I think, on the spectrum of cyclists, people that are willing to ride, but even I sometimes just say no. That hardened separation is really crucial. It's those jersey barriers, those parking stops, things that physically separate and prevent car drivers from driving their cars into bike lanes.
And a great example of that is the Post Street Bridge, where these planters serve as a protective barrier between traffic and pedestrians going through. And the good news is that things are starting to change here in Spokane. There's a new law which ramps up penalties for negligent drivers at fault in these collisions. That goes into effect January 1st. Spokane is also locking in on a project to add 27 miles of protected bike paths by 2027. 4 new scattered site shelters are coming to Spokane in the new year. Empire Health Foundation told the City Council its goal is to bring some of these online as early as January. The 2 shelters in North Spokane will be for women and families, while the 2 in South Spokane will be for those with medical needs and for adult men and women. And while a good neighbor agreement is not mandatory, Empire Health wants to have one between the shelters and the surrounding neighborhoods.
The providers and hear how these people are really committed to providing environments that are good for our houseless neighbors, but are also good for the neighbors around them.
The 4 shelters are still in the planning phase, and Empire Health says the neighborhoods will be made aware of these shelters once the permitting process with the city begins. There's a site along the Columbia River that's so contaminated with lead and arsenic that it's harming the people who live there. It's especially unsafe for children and women of childbearing age, and that's why the EPA has added the site to the Superfund National Priorities List. It's on the north end of Lake Roosevelt, just northwest of Kettle Falls. Adding the site to the Superfund list should allow for an organized cleanup. And this clears the way for federal funding to pay for cleanup that can often take years. The EPA blames the contamination on a smelting facility 10 miles up the river in Trail, British Columbia. The U.S. has been asking Canada to pay for related damages since the 1930s. You can read the full history on our website, kxly.com. The owner of multiple Spokane-based trucking companies will be sentenced for stealing hundreds of thousands of dollars of COVID relief funding and conspiracy to violate the Clean Air Act. According to the U.S. Attorney's Office, Pavel Turlak pleaded guilty to purchasing illegal delete tune files from a company in Florida. These files would allow his trucks to beat required emissions controls and monitoring systems. He also used those same businesses to obtain more than $300,000 in COVID relief funds. Turlak will be sentenced in April. Nationally tonight, ABC News has settled a defamation lawsuit with President-elect Donald Trump and has agreed to issue an apology. The network revealed the settlement announcement on Saturday. Trump sued the network and anchor George Stephanopoulos over an interview that Stephanopoulos did with Republican Representative Nancy Mace of South Carolina. And during that interview, Stephanopoulos repeatedly said Trump had raped writer E. Jean Carroll, who sued the former president for sexual abuse in a civil case. A jury found Trump guilty, but the alleged assault did not meet the legal definition of rape. Trump has denied Carroll's claims of wrongdoing, and he sued ABC and Stephanopoulos for defamation. As a part of that settlement, ABC has agreed to pay $15 million for a future Trump presidential library and pay an additional $1 million to cover Trump's legal fees and apologize for the error. Coming up here after the break, a bill to prevent hazing recently passed in the U.S. Senate. The family behind this bill lost their son, a Washington State student. The changes they hope this legislation will make on college campuses across the country. And daylight savings time may be on the chopping block in the Trump administration, while the president-elect is trying to end biannual clock change. Still ahead after the break.
And we are keeping an eye on mountain passes. Things looking okay out there so far, but we got more snow on the way, including a chance for some snow in our valleys here as we begin the new work week. We'll show you what you can expect and when coming up.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
4 News Now is brought to you by STCU, here for good.
After careful review of medical guidance and research on pain relief, my recommendation is simple. Every home should have Salonpas. Powerful, yet non-addictive. Targeted and long-lasting. I recommend Salonpas. It's good medicine.
Watch me. Watch me skate out to conquer the ice. A band of sisters on blades for the stars and stripes. Sitting down for the battle doesn't limit my game. Fueled by the hope of Olympic flames. Stick work and speed to put shots on goal. Born from medical breakthroughs helping me stay in control.
Watch me.
World-renowned care for pediatric prosthetics at Shriners Children's. The most amazing care anywhere.
Well, hello, Mr. Kringle. I suppose you're wondering why I'm here.
It's your house?
Fair enough. Still, I thought we had an understanding. I would be a good boy, and you would bring me a Cadillac Escalade.
Those are $131,000.
Tell me those are the keys.
It's a pair of socks.
Santy, Santy, Santy.
There's a better way to score an Escalade. Play daily, only at Northern Quest.
Buy 2 windows and get 2 free with your home improvement company. Save on energy costs and stay more comfortable with new energy-efficient triple-pane windows. We'll exceed your expectations with stunning design options and top-quality materials, all made in the USA. Call now to get this amazing offer and enjoy 0 money down, 0 interest, and 0 payments until 2025. Schedule your in-home consultation today to take advantage of these great savings. Your home improvement company, where it's your home made better.
You're building a home or updating an existing one. You want windows and patio doors to be strong, beautiful, long-lasting, and durable. You want to express creativity and increase your home's curb appeal. To feel secure in your investment, choose Milgard windows and patio doors from River City Glass, industry leaders with the highest quality materials and windows that are backed by a lifetime warranty. Residential and commercial, Milgard windows and patio doors. Call River City Glass or visit their showroom at 6615 East Main.
At employee-owned Yolks Fresh Market, they believe in showing up for their neighbors. That's why they're partnering with Second Harvest for the annual Season of Giving food drive. Just go to any Yolks and buy a bag of pre-packaged groceries to give back to our community this season.
Welcome back. The U.S. Senate recently passed the first federal anti-hazing bill, championed by 2 parents of a former WSU student who died during a hazing incident. Jolene Houts lost her son, Sam Martinez, in 2019. He died from acute alcohol poisoning following a night of hazing at his WSU fraternity. Houts hopes this bill will hold colleges and universities accountable by requiring them to report incidents of hazing publicly.
The transparency piece alone, requiring colleges and universities to share what they know about hazing happening on their campuses, is going to save lives.
Houts also founded hazinginfo.org, which is a free and accessible database of information on hazing at colleges and universities. Starting in 2026, students from low-income families in Washington will be able to go to college for free. This is a part of an effort to simplify the financial aid process, which can be frustrating and complicated to fill out for many families. A new law will make this federal aid process more automatic. According to the Washington Student Achievement Council, anyone who qualifies for SNAP food assistance is guaranteed the maximum Washington College grant, which covers tuition to in-state colleges and universities. Students would know this as soon as their sophomore year in high school, giving them time to explore the idea of higher education.
The bill can be paid for. They got to understand, well, why should I devote my time and part of my life to that program? Is it going to be interesting to me? Is the end result going to benefit me? And so that creates a time to focus on that instead of worrying about the money.
Families can also apply to FAFSA on top of this, which would help cover other fees like textbooks, supplies, and room and board. The goal of this law is to distribute funds that already exist to students who need them instead of just leaving that money on the table. Washington Senator Patty Murray is urging parents and students to make sure that they fill out the federal student aid application. According to the senator, Washington students missed out on $65 million in grants last year simply because the applications weren't filled out.
Take advantage of every penny of federal support available to you. Fill the FAFSA out. Quick, it's easy, and thousands of dollars in federal grants could be on their way to you. 10 minutes away.
The application is now open. Experts say that you should fill it out as soon as possible. President-elect Donald Trump says Republicans will try to eliminate daylight saving time, calling the semi-annual time change inconvenient and costly. Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy, who will head up a new Department of Government Efficiency, recently said that they will support eliminating the ritual of springing forward an hour in the spring and falling back an hour in the fall. Polls show that the clock change has lost its appeal for many voters, but such a change would have to be approved by Congress. A federal appeals court denied the company's bid to temporarily block a law that's set to take effect next month. The law would ban the app in the U.S. if it's not sold to a new non-Chinese owner. The social media platform has indicated it will ask the Supreme Court to step in on an emergency basis to block the law for now. As it stands, it's set to take effect on January 19th. Congress passed the ban with bipartisan support earlier this year, and President Joe Biden signed it into law back in April. It came after concerns the app's Chinese parent company poses a national security risk. If you're still trying to get into the holiday spirit, there's a few places in the area that are sure to brighten your mood. The lights at Manitou Park are turning on tonight. How long you have to check out the display at Duncan Garden. And we'll see how the community is honoring local veterans this holiday season and how you can contribute too. That's coming up.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
This is for all the lonely people, thinking that life has passed them by. Don't give up until you drink from the silver cup and ride that highway in the sky.
Watch me. Watch me pirouette with style and grace. An open floor of inspiration. This is my place. 5 positions to start, leotard and tights. A story through movement, under music and lights. Straight and tall, they promised I'd stand. I'm a ballerina who twirls like the blades of a fan. Watch me. Innovative scoliosis treatment at Shriners Children's. The most amazing care anywhere.
Spokane Valley Summer Theater's beloved annual favorite, A Big Band Christmas, is back with a fresh new story featuring a 17-piece big band, world-class singers from around the region, a children's chorus, nativity, and Santa and Mrs. Claus. It's holiday magic for the entire family. One weekend only, December 20th through 22nd with free parking. Tickets on sale now at svsummertheater.com or call 509-368-7897.
Stay ahead of your moderate to severe eczema and show off clearer skin and less itch with Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists that helps heal your skin from within. Severe allergic reactions can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor of new or worsening eye problems like eye pain, vision changes, or blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma or other medicines without talking to your doctor. Ask your doctor about Dupixent.
We have all your SUV options here at Post Falls Volkswagen. Choose the SUV with easy-to-use technology that best meets your needs and budget. There are so many choices, so take as many test drives as you want, and our knowledgeable staff will assist you with all the information you need.
Our Sign Then Drive sales event is happening now. Get the Atlas with 0.9% APR or a $3,500 bonus. Drive home your dream SUV with 0 down. Just sign and drive.
Find SUV options at Post Falls Volkswagen. The home is 0000.
4 News Now is brought to you by Silver Mountain Resort in Kellogg, Idaho.
Tonight, the Friends of Manitou will be flipping the switch and turning Duncan Garden into a winter wonderland. While you're there, you can grab some snacks and even a hot chocolate while enjoying your walk through the half-mile route and checking out those Christmas lights. This year, the light display will be a walk-through event only. It's free and it runs every day from 4:30 to 8:30 p.m. until December 22nd. And since you're in the area, why not check out the holiday lights at Cowley Park, right across the street from Sacred Heart's Children's Hospital, put up by our very own Mark Peterson and the Extreme Team. It's a part of our annual Making Spirits Bright events. We highly recommend you go check it out for yourself in person if you haven't already. Not very much of a white, wintry, snowy Christmas, Matt. But people still might want to bring that jacket just in case.
Yeah, probably just in case, and more so because our clouds are building again tonight. We may see a couple of sprinkles out there later on this evening. Let's check your forecast. Certainly, it's a light jacket territory here, right? Because we have gotten up into the upper 40s earlier today, so it's not going to be all that chilly out per se. Temperatures in the upper 30s, well above freezing, but certainly a chance we could see a sprinkle or two in the Spokane area as we get through 7, 8, 9 o'clock tonight. Not expecting nearly as much as what we saw last night and then into the morning. And that brings us to tomorrow, which I tell you what, be one of the more beautiful days we've seen here in a little while in many parts of our region. So we start off with a little bit of cloudiness. There will be some areas of patchy fog, especially as you work your way onto the Palouse, south of the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area. Then, with a little bit of wind out of the southwest, that should be just enough to where things will wrap themselves up fairly quickly during the daylight hours, and we see partly cloudy, and you know what? In central Washington, mostly sunny skies through the middle part of the day with those light south-southwest winds, and then on into the evening. Temperatures will end up only in the upper 30s, so significantly cooler to what we saw today, but still pretty nice considering it is mid-December. So a really great looking end to our weekend. However, heading into Monday, a completely different story. We've got snow coming for Monday. Expect about an inch or two. We'll show you the more specific snow forecast here in just a second. And then more rain and warmth coming up in your extended forecast. Let's fast forward to Sunday evening. We've got some snow crossing the Cascades, moving its way up into places like Winthrop, Omak, and across the Waterville Plateau. That is going to be late Sunday night. By the time we are getting up and getting our day started on Monday, pretty much everybody will have dealt with some snow. Once again, we're not expecting a lot here, but it's going to be more than the last couple of snow events, particularly in the I-90 corridor. So, time now to think about, hey, I got to give myself some extra time here on Monday because I got to scrape the snow off the car. I got to do all of these things that we really haven't had to do all that much in many areas during so far this winter season. We'll have another round here, and as we get into kind of the middle of the day, things will warm up enough. We'll likely see some transition over to rain in the basin. At the very least, we will see things warm up enough on Monday afternoon to where we're not going to see snow particularly sticking for the second half of the day. So some interesting stuff there. Here is your general snow amounts. You can see some of those higher benches picking up a little bit more than what we'll see right down in the valley bottom there as you go along I-90. And then very briefly, here is the broad look. In general, as I mentioned before, 1 to 2 inches or so. That will be the most widespread snow event, or one of the most widespread snow events we've seen here in a little while. It's been all or nothing in many places. A chance for a little rain-snow mix for Tuesday, and then look how much we warm up. Lots of 40s here on the board here, and a chance of rain, and just rain, by the time we get to next weekend. So good skiing up in the mountains, but winter weather down in the valleys looks hard to find, at least for the next 7 days.
Yeah, super mild out there, Matt. That's pretty crazy. Well, thank you for that. And the holidays is the time where we gather with friends and families, but they can also spark a sense of loneliness, especially for some of our local veterans. Nearly 100 veterans live at our local nursing home for veterans, and many of them don't have family nearby to spend the holidays with. To make Christmas a little bit brighter, staff decorated the Spokane Veterans Home, and Christmas music plays throughout the halls. And you can also help make their Christmas a little merrier by the simple act of sending them a holiday letter.
Feels good to read it. You know, some of them have a lot of stuff on them, and a lot of stuff in them, and some just have thank you for your service, and that's enough.
For more on how you can send cards to the Spokane Veterans Home, head to our website, kxly.com. Investigators are learning more about the suspect accused of killing the CEO of United Healthcare when we come back to why sources are changing the account of how Luigi Mangione left the city, and the notebook recovered from the scene of the crime that may show motive. And artificial intelligence will soon help officers in Spokane get the most useful information out of their body cams when the sheriff's office plans to begin using this new technology coming up.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
It's time to start your New Year's resolutions now.
Are you ready for this? Ready to take chances? Will you push and break your limits? Are you ready to be a legend? This is your moment. Are you ready for this?
This year, give yourself the gift of better health from Move Fitness.
Are you ready for this?
At Washington Trust Bank, can't is a 4-letter word.
I think I'll sell my veggies at the market.
Do you even remember to water the house plants? I do this?
You can do this.
Hey, we need to build a home office. We're adding another bathroom.
I think I'll study programming.
Bro, you even connect your phone to Bluetooth.
We believe you can do whatever you set your mind to, and we'll help you get there. Washington Trust Bank, privately owned, locally invested.
When it comes to remodeling your bath, there's fact and there's fiction. Fiction, it's too expensive to remodel your bath. Fact, with Bathfitter's hundreds of design options, you'll get the bath you want to fit your budget. Fiction, bath remodels take forever and tear the house apart. Fact, Bathfitter installation takes just 1 day to fit your schedule. Get the bath that fits you. Bathfitter, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Watch me. Here I stand on my own 2 feet. Jump shot intact, here to compete. Skilled hands were there to mend the bone. From loving halls that brought me home. My world stopped with a drive through the lane. Now give me the ball. You'll remember my name. Watch me. Orthopedic excellence at Shriners Children's. The most amazing care anywhere.
4 News Now is brought to you by Rebath Spokane.
Thanks for staying with us. New details in the killings of United Health Group CEO Brian Thompson. New York police sources are changing the account of how the suspect left the city. There is now talk he may waive extradition from Pennsylvania, where he was arrested. ABC's Ike Ajachi joins us with the latest.
Investigators are learning more about accused killer Luigi Mangione, facing charges with murdering United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson in New York City. Sources telling ABC News the 26-year-old allegedly shot and killed Thompson after fixating on him for months. Investigators say they recovered a spiral notebook after arresting him. That notebook allegedly showing a growing hatred toward United Healthcare and its chief executive, resulting in the execution-style murder. Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg says Mangione may be in New York City as early as Tuesday to face charges.
Indications are that the defendant may waive and will be ready, whether he is going to waive extradition or whether he's going to contest extradition.
This as we're learning more about Mangione's alleged movements the morning after the shooting, pictured here in this taxi, according to authorities. Police say there's video evidence showing the suspect leaving Manhattan by train, not by bus, as initially thought. Pennsylvania authorities say Mangione then spent several days traveling the state, eventually making his way to Pittsburgh, shortly before getting caught at this McDonald's in Altoona, Pennsylvania. United Healthcare telling ABC News that neither Mangione or his parents were United Healthcare members. Now, police say they're investigating if he allegedly targeted United Healthcare because of its size. Insurance companies are increasingly under siege. United Healthcare putting up fencing around its Minnesota headquarters. On Friday, United Health Group CEO Andrew Whitty writing an op-ed in the New York Times. We are struggling to make sense of this unconscionable act and the vitriol that has been directed at our colleagues who have been barraged by threats. And acknowledging we know the health system does not work as well as it should, and we understand people's frustrations with it.
Well, closer to home here tonight, the Spokane County Sheriff's Office plans to start using artificial intelligence when screening body cam footage. It plans to purchase AI software with a nearly $1 million federal grant that will analyze human interactions and help research how the training they currently provide can improve.
Jill, what this is allowing us to do work that we couldn't hire enough people to do if it required a human to do it. It would take dozens and dozens and dozens of humans, years and years and years to go through frame by frame everything that happens and assess something.
The software will use biometrics to make assessments on emotions with the goal of helping the sheriff's office develop a better understanding behind certain outcomes. It says it could be using this software as soon as February. We'll take another look at the weather in our area when we return, as well as the deep freeze that is impacting millions of Americans across the country with its chilling winds. How many states are seeing single-digit temperatures? That's coming up here after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app. At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
At Numerica, you'll find money answers for loud sneezers. Gesundheit. Get money answers for you and only you. Learn more at numericacu.com.
Experienced golfers have come off this golf course calling it the greatest golf experience they've ever had.
I describe it as something almost spiritual.
If heaven had a golf course, this is what I want it to look like. So beautiful and serene out there, just you and Mother Nature playing golf. It's absolutely amazing. I mean, you got 3 other partners with you, and you're just out there. It feels like you're out in the middle of nowhere playing golf and enjoying yourself.
I don't think I've ever played a course where I didn't want it to end.
You're having such a good time, and then finally you get to 18 tee box, and you say, oh, this is my last hole.
18 holes is not enough.
I got married here at the golf course. We golfed all the way up to hole 15, and that hole is just beautiful. You have the Bitterroot Mountains in the background, and then you have the rolling Palouse Hills. It's just a beautiful setting and really something special.
What'd you shoot?
I got a husband.
You're building a home or updating an existing one. You want windows and patio doors to be strong, beautiful, long-lasting, and durable. Want to express creativity and increase your home's curb appeal? To feel secure in your investment, choose Milgard Windows and Patio Doors from River City Glass, industry leaders with the highest quality materials and windows that are backed by a lifetime warranty. Residential and commercial, Milgard Windows and Patio Doors. Call River City Glass or visit their showroom at 6615 East Main.
Let your kindness shine bright at Ennis Fine Furniture. This holiday season, donate $50 or more to charity and save $400 on stressless Mayfair recliners and ottomans. And save $200 on any stressless recliner, home office chair, and each seat of a stressless sofa. Plus, take $200 off 4 stressless dining chairs now. Shop Ennis Fine Furniture, North 8313 Division Street in Spokane.
Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now, Special Edition.
Thanks for staying with us here. We're showing you a live look at Mount Spokane, which got a few inches of snow overnight. For a look at the weather at some lower elevations, we'll turn things to meteorologist Matt Gray.
Yeah, a lot of us woke up to some snow yesterday, and then it's all melted away. Temperatures have gotten warmer and warmer and warmer over the last 48 hours. And, well, we've peaked earlier today. We were in the upper 40s in Spokane. Now things going to cool down, but just a little as we head into tonight. Still some pretty mild weather out there this evening. Could be the mildest weather here for a few days as we see quite a cool down heading into the brand new week. For tomorrow, just like we saw today, there's going to be a chance for some sunshine to bust through those clouds, especially from Spokane and Coeur d'Alene south across the Palouse and into central Washington. Temperatures will be, though, quite a bit cooler than what we saw today, about 10 degrees cooler in Spokane, and will be similarly cooler across the rest of the inland Northwest. We will also later tonight continue to see a few showers. And as a matter of fact, we've got at least a little bit of rain that has redeveloped here in the Pullman area, moving north to Palouse, St. Mary's. You'll get a little bit of rain here later this evening. Genesee and Troy picking up some rain right now, along with Pomeroy. This whole area going to be moving north into North Idaho, and so we'll have a chance on the Idaho side of the state line to see at least a little bit more rain, even as far north as Coeur d'Alene and the south end of Lake Pend Oreille later on tonight. Otherwise, we'll see quiet conditions, a little bit of cloud cover to start the day tomorrow, and then that sun breaks out. But once we get into the evening, snow will begin to make its return. So we'll show you what you can expect. Well, it looks like a snowy start to the new work week.
All right, Matt, thank you for that. 2024 is on track to be the hottest year in recorded history. That's according to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. Although the year's not yet over, NOAA said between January and November, temperatures were 2.3 degrees higher than the 20th century average. It's the latest signal that climate change is worsening. Last month continued the streak of record warm temperatures. NOAA said this November was the planet's second warmest November in recorded history. Extreme weather is impacting millions across the country. Snow measured in feet across the Great Lakes region, while the Midwest has been dealing with single-digit temperatures. And here out west, rain and snow in the forecast. ABC's Perry Rousseau joined us with the details.
Lake effect snow across parts of the Great Lakes region, leaving neighborhoods under snow. In Michigan, people are digging out again.
I think I used my snowblower a total of 4 times last year. This year, it's already been 10+ times.
In Orchard Park, New York, near Buffalo, 38 inches have fallen from this latest winter blast. The town of Eden hit with more than 42 inches, burying roofs, driveways, and roads. The snow, good news for Kissing Bridge Ski Resort in Glenwood.
Let it snow. Let it snow, let it snow.
Parts of the Midwest have been dealing with temperatures in the single digits. This waterfall turning to ice in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Steam rising from Lake Superior as temperatures in Duluth, Minnesota dipped to 10 degrees below zero. And in Omaha, Nebraska, this truck trying to spread sand, spinning its tires on the ice. Winter weather advisories are in effect for several states. Warming temperatures bringing mixed precipitation, including freezing rain, sleet, and snow as the weather system pushes east. In the west, 1 to 2 feet of snow expected in the Sierra Nevada. Whiteout conditions along the California-Nevada border near Lake Tahoe. And in lower elevations, homeowners in San Francisco worried about the heavy rain on the way, with the ground already soaked from this last storm.
Everything's saturated, so I'm concerned with the trees falling on our house and the river getting high.
In Southern California, the rain in the forecast could provide some relief for firefighters as they battle this 4,000-acre wildfire that's destroyed homes in Malibu. Perry Russum, ABC News, Washington.
Well, the man who revived the Vandals football program is taking his talents to the Southwest. Coming up in sports, Sydney Berger has the story of Jason Eck's departure.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News. At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
Are you a pour-over purist? At Numerica, you'll find money answers for you and only you. Learn more at numericacu.com.
Watch me. Watch me roll, grind, and spin. Playgrounds for wheels. That's always a win. One with my chair, but never held back. I do things sitting down. Most people standing can't hack. Some might say my condition was fate. My doctors would tell you I'm just redefining great. Watch me. Life-changing orthopedic excellence at Shriners Children's. The most amazing care anywhere.
Did you know that Washington's Working Families Tax Credit could put up to $1,200 back in your pocket? If you're part of a low to moderate income household, you could be eligible for a refund designed to help you cover essentials like groceries, gas, or bills. The best part? Applying is free and easy. Visit workingfamiliescredit.wa.gov to see if you qualify. Don't miss out. Apply now and make sure you get the refund you deserve. That's workingfamiliescredit.wa.gov.
Stay ahead of your child's moderate to severe eczema, and they can show off clearer skin and less itch with Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists that helps heal your child's skin from within. Severe allergic reactions can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor of new or worsening eye problems like eye pain, vision changes, or blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma or other medicines without talking to your doctor. Ask about Dupixent.
4 News Now is brought to you by the Salvation Army Spokane.
The movement in the college football world continues. Welcome into sports. I'm Sydney Berger. Idaho head coach Jason Eck was just hired as the next head coach for the University of New Mexico. Eck spent 3 seasons coaching the Vandals and got Idaho to the FCF's playoffs every season he was in Idaho. Also, under Coach Eck, the Vandals were 26-13 overall and just finished a 10-win season, going undefeated at home. But most recently, the Vandals lost to an undefeated Montana State team in the FCS quarterfinals last night. As far as the New Mexico Lobos go, they were just a 5-win team season, but had a huge win over a ranked Washington State team. One of Eck's first tasks will likely be to put together a competitive roster, because just days ago, the Lobos lost their star quarterback, Devin Dampier, to the transfer portal. This will be Eck's first FBS coaching job since he was a graduate assistant at Colorado. With their head coach headed out, some of the Vandals stars are hitting the portal as well. Starting quarterback Jack Lane and one of his top targets, wide receiver Jordan Dwyer, have just entered the transfer portal. Dwyer has offers to Washington State and New Mexico, along with several other schools, and the Vandals will no doubt have a very different look next year. Well, the Zags are in the Big Apple getting ready to take on a big opponent. The 18th ranked Yukon Huskies are hosting the 8th ranked Zags for a top 20 matchup in Madison Square Garden. The Zags are coming off a 1-point loss to Kentucky in overtime last weekend and are trying to get back in the win column tonight. After that game in Seattle, Gonzaga's Ryan Nemhard says the Zags have to focus on closing out big games. They gave up an 18-point lead to Kentucky last weekend, so we're hoping to see good production in both halves from the Zags tonight. Tip-off from New York is 5 o'clock Pacific time. The Zags women were also trying to bounce back from a tough loss. They hosted Eastern Washington in the Kennel this afternoon and are now back in the win column after a dominant win over that Big Sky team. Yvonne Ejim, no surprise, was the Zags leader once again with 28 points, and Gonzaga improves to a 5-6 on the season. Eastern Washington still struggling there with only 2 wins so far. Well, the Washington State Cougars are back in Beasley Coliseum. The Cougs have won every home game they've played so far this season and are looking to continue that streak this afternoon against Missouri State. It was a slower start for the Cougs than they're used to, but Missouri State's going to have the ball here. It's almost a turnover, but Dane Erickstrip can't get it to a Coug. So the Bears recover it and get the bucket. Washington State's Isaiah Watts up next with the ball just inside the field. That's a step-back jumper for 2 to get the Cougs rolling. WSU's coming up on offense again. It's another Watts. This time that's Lawan Watts, who powers through pressure and draws the foul. It's a pretty high chance someone with the last name Watts is going to make big plays. That's another one right there. That's Isaiah for 3. But take a look at this. Nate Calmise is going to get it out to Dane Erickstrip, who will come inside. Easy layup there. But the Bears on the return. Calmise actually gets in between it. He'll fire one on the turnover, and as the clock expires for the first half. That was the play of the game for sure from Calmise. The final score out of Pullman today, 91-78. The Cougs put up 57 points in the second half. Dane Erickstrip and Isaiah Watts led the team with 20 points each, and the Cougs are now 5-0 at home. Well, the 2024 Spokane Invitational is happening right across the street from us at the podium. There's athletes from our local college programs and several athletes from all over the West Coast. Eastern Washington, Whitworth, Gonzaga, UW, WSU, Portland State, just to name a few, and so many other schools represented at the 5th annual Spokane Invitational to kick off the track and field season. Well, we're less than 2 weeks away from the showdown in San Diego, where the Cougars will take on the Syracuse Orange in the Holiday Bowl at Snapdragon Stadium. The Orange are the 21st ranked team in the country with one of the best total offensive productions this season. So it's going to be one of the toughest games Washington State will have played during their 2024 campaign. And what's at stake for the winning coach? Well, of course, an eggnog bath.
You know, eggnog is a unique and interesting thing in all of itself, right? So I tried it like one time and it was a straight no-go. So I can't remember the last time I've had any of it. But I'll tell you what, to get that eggnog bath, I'd be all for it. Let's go. That means you won a big football game. That means our team came out victorious, and it's part of it. And I'll handle, all the mess later.
Clearly, everything is on the line for the Holiday Bowl. That game is December 27th at 5 o'clock. I know we will be there to make sure we get video of the eggnog bath if that happens to be Dickert. But Jordan, I know you want to talk about Jason Eck. You're mourning the loss with your Vandal-themed tie.
I know. Matt let me borrow it today. I was like, he was a Vandal fan the whole time. It was crazy. No, it was really sad today. It was, but I'm very excited for him. He made people care about Vandal football for the first time in like 15 years.
Yeah. New Mexico has kind of been working with a rebuild for a couple of seasons under their previous head coach, who's going to Utah State. Jason Eck knows a thing or two about rebuilds, so I think it'll be good.
Yeah, if there's anyone who can do it, it's Coach Eck. All right, thanks for that. We will see you here after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
It's time to start your New Year's resolutions now.
Are you ready for this? Ready to take chances? Will you push and break your limits? Are you ready to be a legend? This is your moment. Are you ready for this?
This year, give yourself the gift of better health from Move Fitness.
Are you ready for this?
Time now for your pathway to retirement. Dave Altmeyer is here. He's the founder and president of Altmeyer Financial Group. Now, 20% of pre-retirees, they believe they could take 10 to 15% out of their retirement accounts each year. That seems like a lot. So, Dave, I'll ask you, is it time for a bit of a reality check here as we get closer to retirement?
Yeah, definitely. 20% of Gen Xers think they could take 10 to 15% from their retirement accounts each year. So that's even on negative years in the market. So that far exceeds the 4% rule. And many say the 4% is too much to withdraw.
Okay, so maybe we need to realign our expectations, right? And
yes.
This is really where it's valuable to sit down with a planner.
Yes, it is important, and get a retirement income plan together if you're within 10 years of retiring.
Okay, you can't just willy-nilly make up the percentage you're going to withdraw. And there's a lot to know about retirement planning, and you've helped make this easy for us. You brought an offer for our viewers. Tell us about it.
Yeah, that's right. It's our Money Freedom Toolkit. It includes the book that I wrote, Last Leg of Your Journey to Retirement. It has several guides in it that my team put together, and those guides address important topics in retirement that a person should consider.
That's right, including how to handle a recession, Social Security decisions. There's a lot to know, as we talked about. And you can get this toolkit. It's free to you today. Simply call, click, or text to get Dave's Money Freedom Toolkit. And Dave and the great team at Altmeyer Financial Group, they're going to get that right out to you. Dave, as always, we thank you for your time. And we'll see you next week for your pathway to retirement.
4 News Now is brought to you by the Good Feet Store.
The Guinness World Record holder for the largest gingerbread village is now on display, of course, in New York City. It's called Gingerbread Lane, and it's all the work of one very dedicated artist, John Lovich. And he is a former fine dining executive chef whose lifelong love of Christmas inspired a career change. He's now a full-time gingerbread man. This year's record-holding display includes a New York taxi, a newsstand, and a subway car. He went all out for that. That is, I mean, it just keeps going and going, Matt. I don't have the patience for that. That's incredible.
So you could be a gingerbread man. Like, you could put that on the resume.
How about, yeah, absolutely. You might remember me from my Guinness World Record. I built the largest gingerbread village. That's quite the title.
All right.
How about that?
Well, hey, pretty cool. Pretty cool. Not like our weather today. It was pretty warm. It was pretty warm. It felt like fall. Felt like almost an early spring day. We were getting close to 50 in some spots. And it was nice to see a little bit of sunshine earlier today as well. We'll take a spin around the radar. We're still seeing a little bit of wet weather that has just developed here in the last hour and moving north across the Palouse. That'll eventually track to the Silver Valley. We may see a little bit of light rain around Coeur d'Alene later on this evening, but I'm not expecting a whole lot, just maybe 1 or 2 sprinkles. Meanwhile, up north in Spokane from that round of rain. 4 things to know about your forecast. Tomorrow is dry, partly sunny. It's going to be a beautiful day. Definitely a little bit cooler, though, about 5 to 10 degrees than what we were today. Then we keep cooling off. Snow on Monday. It's going to be an inch or 2, so more snow, particularly in the Spokane area than we've seen here in the last couple of systems, and then more rain and warmth in your extended forecast. Let's fast forward to tomorrow evening. After a nice day, our next storm will approach. We'll have snow in the Cascades, more snow for those mountain passes. Definitely want to make sure you are checking conditions if you have any travel through the mountains here over the next couple of days. By the time we're all getting up, getting our day started on Monday morning, the snow will have moved in, and so expect on the Monday morning drive, winter driving conditions. Plan that extra time. to warm up the car and take it easy out there on the roads. Potential here for a couple of rounds of snow, but we'll also warm up in the second half of the day. Not necessarily think that we're going to transition over to rain on Monday afternoon, but we'll likely see snow or some form of wintry mix that just doesn't end up sticking like it will when the temperatures are cooler early on in the morning. So pretty active weather day Monday. We will see a chance for more wintry mix coming in for Tuesday. Here's the latest projections for our Monday snowfall. Some parts of the valley here are going to end up with less than an inch. However, in general, across the area, we expect about 1 to 2 inches, except for the most southerly parts of the Columbia Basin, where it will be, for the most part, all rain or non-accumulating snow as you work towards the Tri-Cities. So that is Monday. Ain't got to worry about that tomorrow. It's going to be a beautiful day. A little bit of cloud cover early, but we will break out into partly cloudy conditions. Temperatures, as I mentioned, a lot cooler than they were today. We'll reach about 37, 38 degrees, depending on where you're at. Further north, highs will only be about 35. So a great day to take a nice winter picture of some of those distant snow-covered mountains. You could share your weather photos on the 4 News Now weather app. Just open up KXLY weather, click the button, share from your camera roll. So some pretty fun stuff there. A lot warmer heading into the back end of the forecast and a chance for rain on the first day of winter.
All right, Matt, thank you. People who enjoy Bear Lake Park in North Spokane County missed out this year. The park closed for 2024, so crews could give it a big-time makeover. It will fully reopen in May, but there is now some limited access for a little winter fun. Let's take a look at the changes in tonight's Air Forward Adventure.
It's a nice, intimate little lake. Today was incredible. It was quiet. They've really fixed this place up. It's not done yet, but it's looking beautiful.
We had about $3.4 million to renovate the park, mostly the shoreline of Bear Lake, and that included adding 3 new fishing piers. We have 2 large shelters, perimeter walking trail that goes all the way around the lake. There's 3 beaches on the west side of the lake and then 1 on the east side, and we have a couple restrooms that are under remodel as well. It's actually an old statue. I found some historic photos of Bear Lake that was renovated, I think, back in the 70s because the bell bottoms were on. Somebody carved a wood statue of a bear that was in the park, and that got repaired and relocated out in the new roundabout area that we just added.
I was one of the first guys here when they opened on the 8th on Monday, and I'd only been here a couple of times before they did the renovation. Well, I used to bring my godson Griffin out here and we'd go fishing, and I like coming out here. It's a nice, intimate little lake. Today was incredible. It was quiet. Caught a couple of fish, and very enjoyable and perfect day.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Snow is in the air, and it's beginning to look a lot like savings during the holiday sale at Furniture Row. Stop in today because everything is on sale with savings up to 50%. Check out huge discounts on living, dining, bedroom, and mattresses. Or make decorating your entire home easier with 48 months no-interest financing. So pack up the sleigh, pick up grandmother on the way, and shop the largest selection at the lowest prices guaranteed. Happy holidays from Furniture Row.
Bathfitter showers have got people talking. Our wide selection of showers means it's exactly what we wanted. Seamless and watertight walls are much easier to clean than tiles and grout. And they stay in excellent shape. Every Bathfitter shower is backed by a lifetime warranty. And with thousands of 5-star reviews, the experience exceeds expectations. It's no wonder millions of Bathfitter customers love their new shower. It just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
The real impact in that first year that people just couldn't believe there was a course of this quality and how this small tribe in North Idaho had come so far.
Top 100 golf courses in America, top tribal course, #1 in Idaho for a number of years, top 100 resort courses. To win a lot of awards at the very beginning is rare, but to keep winning them year after year is a testament to this layout and design.
Spokane Valley Summer Theater's beloved annual favorite, A Big Band Christmas, is back with a fresh new story featuring a 17-piece big band, world-class singers from around the region, a children's chorus, nativity, and Santa and Mrs. Claus. It's holiday magic for the entire family. One weekend only, December 20th through 22nd with free parking. Tickets on sale now at svsummertheater.com or call 509-368-7897.
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
Are you a daredevil who drives on empty to see if you can make it? At Numerica, you'll find money answers for you and only you. Learn more at numericacu.com.
Well, what's funny here is despite this very mild forecast you see on your screen, a lot of us are going to end up with the most snow in one storm that we've seen all winter, and that's just an inch or two there for Monday. Now, the official, I'm putting air quotes, start of winter coming up next Saturday, the winter solstice, and it's probably going to rain. So that just shows you how this season's been going so far. Very mild.
With that low cloud cover, I mean, we are like gasping for some sunlight around here, man. That is crazy.
Yeah, a lot of fingers crossed that we'll get a good amount of sunshine tomorrow.
How about you, Sydney? Hoping for a snow day here?
No.
Not at all. You're good with the
sun ever. Come on.
Only sun. I was like, oh, yeah, yeah, that'd be great. Thanks for joining us here on the special edition. We'll see you tomorrow.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.